Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Tuesday. Hey, baby, how you doing?
Awesome, as always.
That's cool. We're going to be having a great program. We have Tuesdays with Charlie and much, much more. It's all on the way.
FreshPatch.com is making dogs like me happy. They send out real grass pads for us to use indoors. Now when it's cold outside, I can go inside. And when I've used up the real grass patch, the mailman brings me a new Fresh Patch. It's the best idea since doggy treats. Convince your mommy to try it today. I suggest you try Puppy Dog Eyes. FreshPatch.com. Use promo code RADIO to save 10%. That's FreshPatch.com, promo code RADIO.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It's Tuesday, November the 6th. It's Election Day, but it's also National Saxophone Day and National Nachos Day.
There you go.
Enjoy some nachos and play the saxophone while you go out to vote, apparently. I don't
Make
know.
sure you vote.
We do have a great thing that we do every Tuesday called Tuesdays with Charlie. That's coming up later in the program as well. So it's going to be a whole lot of fun to talk to your dad. And then I've got a quote for today as well. So it says, what? It says, F8 and be there. Arthur Feelig. In context, it says Feelig was a photographer. This was apparently F8. I don't know what that means.
Good quote, honey.
Be there. Huh. Okay. Well, there's your quote. I'm confused. Thanks for listening. I promise the rest of the show is going to be better. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Want to honor a veteran? Consider giving to Veterans Tickets Foundation, a national nonprofit who supports our currently serving military, veterans, and family members of those we've lost in action by providing them with free tickets to sporting events, concerts, performing arts, and family activities. VetTix is dedicated to giving back to those who gave us so much. Learn how you can help at vettix.org. VetTix.org.
Time now for Is It a Golf Course or Is It a Rehab Center? It's where I ask my beautiful bride to guess. I can't talk. I ask my beautiful bride, Heidi, over here, to guess if this is a real golf course or if it is a real rehab center.
All
It
right.
is one or the other. Are you ready?
I am ready.
I bet you're going to get this one right. Pebble Beach in Pebble Beach, California. Is it
would
a
be a
golf
golf
course
course.
or is it a rehab center?
It's a golf course.
Golf clap for Heidi.
That was an easy one.
Oh, thank goodness you got that one right. If you didn't, I would have disowned you. And so would your father. By the way, her dad, we talked to him later in the program, Tuesdays with Charlie. He's a big-time golfer.
Very good golfer.
Very, very good golfer. This has been, is it a golf course or is it a rehab center? We're getting to the time of year where we start planning for holiday parties and other events that often include alcohol. I encourage you to have some alcohol-free options as well. And if you are drinking, be sure to have a designated driver. If you or someone you know has a problem with drugs or alcohol, there is help. Timeforrehab.com would love to connect you with someone who can be there for you or that loved one. If you feel like it's time to finally get the help you need, we're here for you. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com. And this is your brain on drugs. Florida deputies responded to a home in reference to a 2-year-old boy. They had to stabilize him because who is it here? Andrew Frazier, 26. They asked him what happened. He made a batch of marijuana brownies and left them out.
Oh, and the kid
And the boy ate one of the
Oh,
brownies.
No.
Rendered the kid unconscious.
Yeah?
So they found a glass pan containing several marijuana brownies and a glass jar containing marijuana and several marijuana pipes and a marijuana grinder. The total weight of the marijuana brownies was over 260 grams. He was charged with child neglect, possession of marijuana over 20 grams, and possession of drug equipment. He was taken to jail and given no bond.
I mean, it's a horrible thing, but at least he told the officers what happened so they could help the little boy.
The kid. It sounds like the kid is fine. It's just a sad story
Wow.
that had to happen. But that is what happens when your brain is on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. There's a new book out that claims that the movie actress Audrey Hepburn secretly fought against the Nazis during World War II.
That's interesting.
Wonder why we haven't heard of that before.
I don't know.
Interesting story. The cast of Mrs. Doubtfire reunited last week to celebrate the 25th anniversary of the film. Doesn't seem like that was 25 years ago, does it?
No, it really
seems
doesn't.
like maybe 10.
That was a good movie.
Maybe 15, but 25 years. We're getting old, man. Univision Billionaire, that's the TV channel. His name is Geraldo Perchino. I said it wrong, I'm sure. Anyway, he's selling his Bel Air mansion for $245 million.
Whoa.
Wow. And Hollywood actress Jennifer Garner revealed that she's been dating the CEO of Cali Burger for the last 6 months. So
okay.
Now you know. Thanks for listening. This has been Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com.
Every day, approximately 23 U.S. military veterans take their own lives. Big Paws Canine Foundation is helping to decrease that number, providing service and companion dogs to our disabled veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Partnering a hero with a specifically trained dog significantly reduces the incidence of suicide, and your support makes all the difference. Find out how you can help our American heroes. Join the pack at BigPawsCanine.com.
Now your scoop of the day for this Tuesday, brought to you by FreshPatch.com, promo code radio. Study from the Jaffe Food Allergy Institute found that peanut allergies have tripled since 1997, going from 1 in 250 to 1 in 70. So there's more and more peanut allergies now. A new study found that colleges can reduce stress among students by providing them with therapy dogs.
Oh, my gosh.
Of course they can. Everybody, here's your puppy. Welcome to college.
Good Lord.
You know what? We have puppies at home, and are they therapy dogs? Do they relieve stress for you? If you're stressed out, if you pet the dogs?
There's been
studies
for a long time that says that dogs help you to relieve stress. But what do they...
What would happen if you're like allergic to dogs? You couldn't go to that college, or
I can tell you,
you're afraid of dogs.
Without question, that college was the least stressful time of my entire life.
But then again, you partied your way out in what, one semester?
Well, that's neither here nor there.
Some kids actually do homework while they're there, Heidi.
Fun. It was not stressful.
A new survey by Ag Info found that pumpkin prices are rising because of the East Coast harvest is shrinking.
Oh.
So the price of pumpkins apparently has gone up. We didn't get any pumpkins this year for anything, did we? Our kids are too old to want to do the whole jack-o'-lantern thing. I mean,
well, that's not. I bet Taylor would have.
You think she would have?
Too.
She would continue to play along.
Oh,
Our son
yeah,
wouldn't
she
have.
would still.
Our son would not have done that. So if you bought pumpkins for Halloween, or if you're going to buy them for like fall harvest stuff, just beware that apparently the price has gone up. 4 members of the Jacksonville Jaguars were arrested about a week ago in a London nightclub after they got into a fight with bouncers over their bar tab. How much do you suppose the bar tab was for these 4 members of the Jacksonville Jaguars?
I have no idea. How
$50,000.
Whoa!
Yeah. Apparently it's a little more expensive to drink in London. $50,000? That is ridiculous. I've got a link to the story. I kind of want to go and see how many people were in their entourage.
Good Lord.
If there's just the 4 of them, they must have been really thirsty, apparently. $50,000, that's more than $10,000 a person. Again, they must have had a lot of people with them. The Wall Street Journal is reporting that Disney World has become a popular place for people to scatter a loved one's ashes.
I read about this. That there are rides where they'll scatter ashes. There are some rides where there are so many ashes on them that, I mean, that like everybody does this one ride or whatever.
Oh, I don't think that's a good idea.
I'm sure they don't ask permission. They just get on and they do it, and then they come off, and everybody, it's a roller coaster. Everyone on the roller coaster is covered in grandma.
Dumping stuff. That's in bad taste.
I can see our sister-in-law.
Oh, yeah. She's
wanting her ashes.
Her nickname was Disney Diva for a long time, and then she was told by Disney she couldn't go by that anymore. Didn't know that was a thing. So... And a public affairs poll, found that 8 in 10 Americans think the country is divided about important values. So there's a study to find out.
They needed a study for that, huh?
Today's the day to know that, too. It is Election Day, and if you are on Facebook, you already knew that. And if you're not on Facebook, well, I may be joining you soon. Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show. By the way, if you are on Facebook, you could like our page if you feel like it. Facebook.com/John and Heidi Show.
Are you trying to find the perfect gift for someone with a good sense of humor? FunkyMonkeyShirts.com has a good selection of funny t-shirts and more. Some with Christmas themes. One that even replaces the ugly Christmas sweater for your next party. Find some silly shirts at funkymonkeyshirts.com. Also, learn how you can sell your own designs to make some extra Christmas cash. There's a link at the bottom of the page at funkymonkeyshirts.com. funkymonkeyshirts.com. That's funkymonkeyshirts.com.
And it's time right now for my favorite program, something we do every Tuesday just because we can. We pick up the phone and we call my father-in-law for a little thing we like to call
Tuesdays with Charlie.
It's Tuesdays with Charlie on the John and Heidi Show.
How you doing, Charlie? What are we... How are you, Charlie?
Well, you know, it seems like we just talked not too long ago.
Yeah, we do this every week. And I don't know what the heck I'm doing here.
That's Bill Levis.
So, what kind of cool stuff we can learn about?
Okay, in Asian countries, funeral strippers are sometimes hired to remove their clothing during a funeral in an effort to attract more customers.
I have actually heard this. Customers.
Yeah, they want more people mourning there, but they're like, why would you want people there if they don't even know the person? That's weird.
Well, because that drums up business saying, hey, when I die, I want people to come to my funeral.
Huh.
I just don't get that. But okay, whatever.
Hey.
Must be hard up for mourners.
Which is good.
Okay, and then sucking a king's nipples was a gesture of submission in ancient Ireland.
Ew.
Oh, my goodness. That is quite bizarre.
Disgusting.
Don't do that.
No. Please don't.
I'm not a king, so don't be doing that to me. Hey, then, Belgium is building a beer pipeline that will move 1,500 gallons of beer per hour.
Oh, wow.
I don't know where they're building it to, but they got a nice pipeline.
It's probably going right to your house, isn't it?
Well, if it's the right one, yeah.
What kind of beer would that need to be?
Well, the Happy Schlitz.
Yeah. Charlie is single-handedly keeping them in business.
I do my best. Hey, then a woman donated a kidney to her boss, who then fired her when she took too long to recover from the operation.
Oh, my gosh.
Huh.
Wow.
That doesn't
is
sound like a good plan.
absolutely horrible. Special place in hell for a person like that.
Hey, then, you know the last car to have a cassette deck comes standard?
Oh, what was it? I guess I probably knew about it, but I didn't know about it.
And the old cassette deck, tape, whatever.
I remember those, yeah.
That was Lexus SC430, and that was back in 2010. That was the last car to have one.
So since 2010, if you wanted a cassette deck, you had to put in your own.
You were done, yep.
Huh.
Hey, then I got one last thing here for you.
All right, what do you have?
A man sued Pepsi when he found a mouse in his Mountain Dew. Pepsi attorney stated that Mountain Dew will dissolve a mouse in 30 days, and
Ew.
his can was purchased 74 days after being manufactured.
So
Ew.
they're saying that he put that
He
in there?
lied. Our product is so toxic that he's clearly lying.
So they caught him in a lie because they knew that mouse wouldn't have still been there? is
Makes
what you're
you
saying?
wonder how many cans of Mountain Dew that you have consumed that had a mouse completely dissolved in it.
Probably none. What are you talking about?
If it completely would have dissolved a mouse,
I think that's
you
pretty
could have
rare
had
that
some.
something like that would have happened ever.
Well,
I've never had a can of Mountain Dew. I'd never drink that stuff.
Well, it's a good thing too, Charlie, because I know that it's all about the health for you. So.
Yes, it is.
He's just leaving room for more
it's a
schlitz.
perfect specimen of health.
Well, you ready for a question from us, Charlie?
Okay, I'll try to answer it.
In Queensland, Australia, it is against the law to own a rabbit unless you have this profession. What profession would it be where you could own a rabbit in Queensland, Australia?
A mortician.
A mortician? Why would a mortician need a rabbit?
Why would anybody need a
A
rabbit?
hairdresser.
No, not a... Why don't you go sit in the corner? No, not a hairdresser. A magician, of course.
Oh,
Yeah.
the obvious.
Yeah, the obvious. A magician. It's the only profession that really needs a rabbit, really.
Mortician.
That was stupid.
Or did you say mortician or did you say magician?
Well, that was stupid, too.
You did say mortician, right? Not magician?
Yeah.
Because I was thinking maybe I heard you wrong.
Better than a hairdresser.
Yeah,
Hair.
much better.
H-A-R-E.
Oh, you sit down.
Hairdresser.
She don't know nothing, does she, Charlie?
No, she don't know
Nothing. Well, we'll talk to you again next week, Charlie.
Okay.
Bye, Daddy.
Bye, Fluff. Bye, John.
Bye-bye. My father-in-law right there, we talk to him every Tuesday just because we can. It's a little show we like to call
Tuesdays with Charlie.
John and Heidi.
If you want to grow your business, you can add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers or a combination of both. There's no other way to grow your business. Just those two. Add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers. And if you already have a relationship with your customers and you have their email address, you can reach out to them with special offers to easily grow your sales and you'll make your customers even happier. Let the experts at Constant Contact help. Get a free trial now. Text Radio Trial to number 22828. That's Radio Trial, all one word, to number 22828.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Ketchup was sold as medicine back in the 1830s. I did not know
really?
this.
I
wonder
love
what
ketchup.
what would ketchup cure? Hungriness?
I don't know. You mean hunger?
I don't know. Is that a thing?
Not
Hungriness is not a thing? It's just hunger? I added some extra to that. Well, I just felt like it was missing something, like ketchup. That's what it needed. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. This has definitely been a fun fact.
FreshPatch.com is making dogs like me happy. They send out real grass pads for us to use indoors. Now when it's cold outside, I can go inside. And when I've used up the real grass patch, the mailman brings me a new Fresh Patch. It's the best idea since doggy treats. Convince your mommy to try it today. I suggest you try Puppy Dog Eyes. FreshPatch.com. Use promo code RADIO to save 10%. That's freshpatch.com, promo code RADIO.
Time now for the weird word of the day, and it's Hagenheim. Hagenheim. What do you think Hagenheim means, Heidi?
I don't know.
Hoghenhine. Hagenheim. A person who has strayed in a household for 3 nights. I'm sorry, stayed.
So I was like, what?
Strayed. No.
What are we talking about?
A person who has stayed in a household for 3 nights and so becomes the legal responsibility of the host. A member of a household or a dependent is a Hagenheim.
Okay.
So if they stay with you for 3 nights, they're your legal responsibility?
Apparently.
I did not know this. We've had a couple of dependents over the years. We had 2 different times where we had a person stay with us for 6 months or more.
Yeah, we did.
We've learned. We haven't had that happen.
We will not do that again.
Our guest rooms are not nowhere. They're
we don't
nowhere
even have
near
an empty guest room now.
And they're nowhere near as comfortable as they are when we do have one.
Right.
It's like, is this a bed of nails? Yes, it is.
Yes,
Enjoy.
it is. Are you wanting to leave early in the morning?
Thanks for listening. This is today's Weird Word.
Want to honor a veteran? Consider giving to Veterans Tickets Foundation, a national nonprofit who supports our currently serving military, veterans, and family members of those we've lost in action by providing them with free tickets to sporting events, concerts, performing arts, and family activities. VetTix is dedicated to giving back to those who gave us so much. Learn how you can help at vettix.org. VetTix.org.
Now some weird news from the Weird News file. Arkansas police are stumped as to why an accused shoplifter wearing a Holstein cow costume swiped allergy medicine from a Walmart store. A lot going on here. Pine Bluff, Arkansas, Walmart store. Tuesday afternoon, workers monitoring the store, Ashley Curry, who was dressed as a black and white Holstein cow, complete with 4 pink udders in her lower abdomen. She's 27. She hid a package of Flonase in her coat pocket and headed for the store exit. As she departed the retailer, she was met by the police patrolman and a Walmart loss prevention officer. They escorted her and a male companion back inside. Once they got to the office, that's when they summoned a female police officer to do the pat-down for weapons and other merchandise. And at this point, that's when, her medicine was stuffed in the pink udder, and they found it. There was no reason explained here as to why she was dressed as a cow.
Huh.
But if you're trying to, blend in, maybe don't dress as a cow next time. Just a thought. Thanks for listening to some weird news on this Tuesday.
John and Heidi.
Now, today's moment of duh. Florida man who plotted to blow up Target stores along the East Coast has been sentenced to 40 years in federal prison. I don't know if you remember this. It was in the news a while back. Mark Charles Barnett thought the explosions that he was going to cause would make the stock prices of the store go down, and then he could acquire shares more cheaply. So that's what it was all about.
Well, it might sink the store completely.
Yeah, he shows he was sentenced.
No shares to buy.
50-year-old man convicted in July of attempted arson, possession of unregistered firearms, and making
Lord.
unregistered firearms. He was arrested in 2017, February, after he offered to pay another man $10,000 to place at least 10 of these IEBs, improvised explosive bombs.
Oh, my God.
They were disguised as food items on the packaging.
Oh, my God.
So he wanted to put them on the shelves. The man instead gave the devices to federal agents, and this dude was arrested. So, bad idea. Terrible idea. That's why he's in today's Moment of Duh.
Every day, approximately 23 U.S. military veterans take their own lives. Big Paws Canine Foundation is helping to decrease that number, providing service and companion dogs to our disabled veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Partnering a hero with a specifically trained dog significantly reduces the incidence of suicide, and your support makes all the difference. Find out how you can help our American heroes. Join the pack at BigPawsCanine.com.
Time now for Fake News or Florida. This segment of the program, we take a look at a story, and Heidi has to determine whether it is a true story that happened in the great state of Florida, or is it made up just for our amusement. You ready, Heidi?
I am ready.
All right, tell me, fake news or Florida? An Orlando dog walker was arrested after abandoning 9 dogs while he smoked meth at a friend's house. Fake news or Florida?
Fake news.
Doggone it. How did you guess that? I thought for sure you would, because there were a lot of details there, baby. She's my wife over here, and I try to trick her, and she's really good at guessing, and I'm really bad at tricking her. Yeah, it is fake news. Thank goodness. Thanks for listening to another Fake News or Florida. Some good news is on the way.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
It is Election Day, and we like to wrap up our program with good news. Heidi, you get to choose. Do you want to hear political opponents stun voters when they perform unexpected duet in display of camaraderie, or do you want to hear that same story? Because that's the only one.
I think that's one we have to do.
Yeah, I'm not going to wait till the day after Election Day to talk about it. So here is a really cool good news story. It comes your way courtesy of Odiva. That is the monthly subscription service just for the ladies. All of the details at radiosavings.com. Got to tell you, every year around this time when it's Election Day and leading up to the election, I'm always just saddened by how things turn negative. So many times. Mm-hmm. You'll listen to the ad campaigns and they just try to smear each other. Yeah. I don't think that works. Anybody like that? Do you like that?
I don't like that. No.
I don't think anybody does. But really cool story here. 2 opposing political candidates recently ended one of their debates on a very unexpected note. They pulled out musical instruments and they performed a duet. Zach Mayo has been campaigning in Vermont as a Republican candidate for a House seat, and Lucy Rogers has been running against him as a Democrat. And both of the politicians have been attempting to visit each and every one of the 2,000 houses in their county in a bid to win the election. But despite their passionate political race, they wanted to surprise their voters in a stunning display of civility. Following the debate that they had at a local library, they asked the moderator if they could have just a few extra minutes to do something special for the people that showed up. And that is when they pulled out their guitar and their cello.
They sing.
And together they sang a rendition of Society by Eddie Vedder. I think that's really cool. Voters were touched by their performance. Many said that it became a turning point for both of them in the election. So now they're like, okay, these guys are both awesome. So now how do I choose? Mm-hmm. I just think it's really cool. I've got a link to the video. If you want to listen to it, you can. It's in the show notes. It's under the good news section in today's show notes at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. I think that was brilliant. It is Election Day. Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show.